Hey everybody, in this video we're going to talk about the truth about sales. And actually, you get to watch me rant. All right, let's get to it. Hey, thanks for tuning in. In this particular video, I just got to warn you right away before we get into it. This is going to be me ranting about a prevalent theme in videos and instructional courses and basically in culture right now about sales and participating in the sales profession. I actually was watching a video by Stephan and I love his work. Amazing what he's done, an incredible inspiration. Except that in the video I was watching, he said something about, I don't like to do sleazy sales, and he implied that being in sales is a sleazy thing.
Try my best not to mention it too much because I do not want to be grouped together with those sleazy YouTube gurus who are just like peddling their courses nonstop, and I just don't want to be in the same category as that, so I mostly just link it in the description.
Being in sales is something that's frowned upon. Being in sales is something that's looked down on. Accomplished individuals don't participate in sales. They let the minions do the sales. Successful, super successful people don't do sales. They have people that take care of that for them. Listen, this is the truth about sales. Everyone sells. I'm selling you right now that I know what I'm talking about. Perhaps you would put a comment below and try to sell me that your thought is credible. In fact, even infants sell to their parents. I will stop screaming and crying if you give me what I want. All right, so there's a value exchange. You get peace and quiet, and I get a warm bottle and a warm blanket and someone to rock me to sleep. It's a sale. Everything is a sale. In fact, salespeople, besides the CEO, are the people who make the most money in a successful company. There's a reason for that, because when you're in business to make money, it's your sales force that generates the money. It isn't the marketing, although it definitely helps to have good marketing. It isn't the manufacturing side. It isn't the logistics side. It's your sales people. In fact, good companies pay their sales people more than the CEO makes because they understand how important it is to have good salespeople. Now, let's back up for a second because, as I said, this is really a rant that I'm deciding to share with you because I'm just sick and tired of hearing everybody talk about salespeople as if they're sleazy or they're all out to get you or they're all out. Okay, listen, the fact of the matter is when you go to buy an iPhone or you go to buy your cell phone, you don't care who's selling it to you. You just want that phone. You need that phone. So the salesperson who's supplying the phone to you is actually supplying something that you need. But see, life before cell phones was just fine. Of course, you couldn't do all of the things that you do on social media, and you couldn't contact people as immediately, and you had to use an old-fashioned map, and you had to use a rotary phone. But you know what? People got around, and things went, the business was done. Millions were made. In fact, billions were made. Industries, countries were built without cell phones. Somewhere along the line, you decided that you had to have it. And so what happened is you decided this was a need that you wanted, just like a roof over your head or clothes that fit you and keep you warm in the cold or a car that gets you to and from places safely, right? You decided, well, in this culture, these are the things that I need. Where do I go get them? Well, imagine if everybody said, well, I'm not going to be a salesperson because that's sleazy. Oh, I don't want to have to talk people into sales. Ugh, I just don't like that. It's gross, it's sleazy, and it feels so dirty when I do it. But if you're a good salesperson, first off, you find a product that you believe in. Okay, so you're not selling something you don't believe in. If you're a good salesperson, you never really make a sale anyway. You simply supply a need. Somebody needs water to drink, and they love the convenience of a bottle, right? As big a challenge as plastic is right now in the world. But the fact of the matter is people still love the convenience of carrying around a plastic bottle of water. So guess what? Someone's got to sell that to them. So you don't think, well, I buy it from a convenience store or I buy it from a grocery store. That's still a sale. Those are still salespeople. In fact, representatives from the bottled water company come to the store and sell to the store and say, we will make you this much money every time you sell this many cases. We'll supply the water so that your customers can have that convenience. It's still a sales position. It's still vital. So back up now, right? I'm ranting, so forgive me. Everything is a sale. Only sell things you believe in. Only sell things that there's demand for. Remember capitalism, supply and demand? People are asking for things. And so when somebody actually figures out, wow, you know, people are asking for this kind of a shirt that has this button or this pocket in it, or it's made of denim, but nobody's supplying it. I'm going to make that shirt and I'm going to sell it. I'm going to go and I'm going to sell to people directly. I don't even want to bother with a retail store. I don't want to bother with an online store. I want that personal interaction. Does that make them a sleazy person? Or does that mean that they're just supplying a need that people were asking for? You know what? I work and I work all the time and I have my family to take care of and I just don't have time to go and manufacture my own shirts. I don't have the time. I need somebody to do that. And actually, you know, to be honest with you, I don't know how to run a sewing machine. And I just don't know where to go buy the fabric. I'd have to go and look for the fabric, and then I got to find a pattern, and then I got to get the thread, and I got to learn how to put everything together and sew it together. Somebody please just make a denim button-down shirt for me that will fit me, please. Oh, okay, I'll do it. Well, you're a salesperson now, so you must be sleazy. No, you're just supplying the need. Remember, if you look at it from the idea that everything is a sale. Even when you're having a conversation, imagine you walk into a party and you join a circle of people. You've just sold them that you deserve to be there. You're worthy to be there, or that you even fit in, right? That's, of course, a sale first. Then you open your mouth and you start to speak. Now you're trying to sell them that you're entertaining enough to stay in their circle and to participate in the conversation. And guess what? Sometimes people fail and others will walk away or will not talk to them or will ignore them. That's somebody who's bad at selling. Maybe because what they're selling themselves, they don't really believe in. They don't really believe in their own product, which is themselves, their own brand. You are your own brand. You are your own product. Every time you have an interaction with another human being, you are participating in a sale. You must find a way to become comfortable with the idea that sales are everywhere. It's in everything you do. When you send an email to someone, you're asking them to buy into the idea that they should read your email, that they should take the time, the precious few seconds out of their lives and read your email. How about that? Or even better, that when you call somebody on the phone, you expect them to pick up. That's a sale. They look at that number and they say, you know, I don't really want to talk to Susan today. I'm just not going to buy this. I'm not going to buy it. Decline. That's a sale. So when you're developing yourself and your brand, right, you have to make it amiable. You have to make it pleasant. You have to make it entertaining. You have to make it easy to get along with and fun to be around, and someone who inspires others and has information to share, right? Okay, so that's about everything being a sale. It's not just business to consumer. It's human to human. That's sales. And there's nothing sleazy about that. Now, when it goes business to consumer, the only time maybe I would agree that it could be considered sleazy is when a salesperson knowingly, willfully misleads a consumer to purchase something they know is flawed or that the consumer does not really want or need. The consumer has said, no, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't need it, please, I'm not interested, but they're so good, they just keep pushing, and finally they say, you know what, fine, I'll buy the dang thing, just leave me alone. That I would consider to be sleazy. But see, that's not really sales, is it? That's manipulation. There's a very, very distinct difference between the profession of sales, the honorable and integrity-full profession of sales, and just outright manipulation. That's not sales. That is just not nice. It's sleazy, it's evil, it's bad. You're taking advantage of people when clearly that's not what they're in need of. And what's really ridiculous about that is there's probably people out there, despite the fact that maybe the person or the people that you're talking to initially don't want that product, there's probably people out there somewhere in the world who do actually want to buy what you want. So when a sleazy salesperson manipulates someone into a sale, they're only shooting themselves in the foot, because now they've not only damaged their consumer by taking money for something that they are going to walk away from and be very upset that they bought, right? But you energetically have damaged yourself. Energetically, you have hurt yourself as a salesperson. Your confidence goes down, your belief in yourself and your product goes down. It's just not good. All the way, it's like a downward energetic spiral. And you can't get out of it unless you change and you start selling things you believe in, or you sell the same thing to the people who are actually looking for it. See, that's part of the trick, is to actually find who is my audience. Okay, well, my audience is really small. The people, my consumers, are really small niche, so I got to target just them. If you're a salesperson, that's your job, is to find who needs this product. Maybe I don't need it as a salesperson. I'm not interested in coffee. I don't like coffee. But guess what? A lot of people in the world like coffee. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell to people who like to drink coffee every day, once a week, once a month. Maybe they only have coffee on New Year's. I'm going to find those consumers and I'm going to target them specifically that, you know what, this coffee is made from all organic coffee beans. It's brought in, it's fresh, there are no preservatives in it, and you know what? I understand that this coffee actually has medically been tested to prove that it can help human beings have a more relaxed morning, a pick-me-up without any of that negative energy, and there's all these health benefits that are built into this particular coffee. Now, if they ever say to that salesperson, well, what do you think of the coffee? You can be honest. You know what? I don't really drink coffee, but I was so impressed with this product and the testing that's been done on it and all of the customers who rave about it. All these people love it, that I thought, you know what? I can represent a product like this. This is a quality product. I can sell something like this even though I don't really drink coffee. And you know what? The customer may say, well, you don't drink coffee, so I'm not going to buy it from you. Or they may say with that response, you know what? Thanks for being honest. You know, I'll try a small bag. Let me just try it, and then I'll let you know what I think. And then maybe that'll help with your sales in the future. Because if it's good, I'll tell you if it's good. If it's bad, I'll let you know if it's bad, and maybe you should change jobs. Look at the energetic exchange there. There's this wonderful give and take from both the salesperson and the consumer. See, when you do it right, when you believe in the product and you have a good product and you really believe in the product and you believe in the company, see, that's another part of sales that's really important. A lot of people don't talk about. Sales are only as good as the support that in the company itself. So the leadership and the logistics and the office and the delivery and everybody. Because as a salesperson, you have to know for sure that when you finally make the sale, that everyone can deliver. They can actually create the product, they can deliver it, and keep it within the budget that you've been set. You've promised this consumer you can buy this much product for this price. It's got to be there. You're giving your word. So if your company can't support you, then you need to pick a different company, right? You can't work as a salesperson and not know that you're going to be able to keep your word and deliver the product the way you promised. So there's a lot more to the idea of being in sales. It's not just that it's everybody, it's also the people that support you in keeping the promise to your customer or to your client. So you can see how I get going on this. It's very near and dear to my heart because it was a realization I made many, many years ago that everyone is in sales, and that anyone who says, you know what, I just don't like sales. I don't like salespeople. They're so sleazy and they knock on my door and they're calling me all the time. You know, I don't like sales. That's a sale. They just tried to sell me that they don't like sales. You know what? I don't believe them. I think they like when they knock on the door because they like telling that salesperson to bug off. Stop pesting me. They love it when they get the junk mail. They love it when they get the phone calls because then they get to complain to all their friends about these sleazy salespeople coming around. It's like a hobby. You see what I mean? Or I could say, well, I believe them. They really don't like it because you know what they did? They moved to Alaska and nobody knocks on their door anymore. Nobody knocks on that door. They're out in the middle of the wilderness, and guess what? Salespeople don't bother going there because it's just not worth their time. So then they get to live alone and never have anyone bug them again. Oh, and by the way, they don't even have a phone. They don't even have a cell phone. They just wait for a letter to come in. Then I would believe them that they don't like it. Otherwise, I don't believe them. I won't buy into their sale that they hate salespeople. Now this is the I know you don't know that you don't know that I know that you don't know. So don't get confused. Just remember, everything is a sale. Every human interaction is a sale. And sales can be done with integrity and with honor by supplying an honest need. Now here's the cool thing. Some businesses are very good at creating a need, right? They invent a new product, a new soda, a new line of shoes, a new kind of hat, a new kind of computer, a new kind of phone, and bam, the whole world needs that product. Now, if you want to get into sales, find something like that and work for that company, something that you're excited about buying. Or always remember you could go into sales for things like basic necessities, food, shelter, power, right? You go to sales for things that everybody needs and there will always be demand. So it's up to you though to decide what part you want to sell. Now another thing to remember about sales is you always get paid in one form or fashion. Even when you don't make a sale, you approach somebody and you try to convince them to listen to you, that you're credible, right? And they say, no, I don't believe you. You still have made value. You still have made something off of that, right? It may not be cash money, but you learned a lesson. Every time you fail, you learn something new. And every time as a salesperson, you see a no as another lesson learned, it means you're going to get better and better and better at answering people to help them understand why what you're selling is actually what they're looking for. You're looking for a database management system. Oh, well, I have a database management. Oh, I'm not interested. I've never heard of you before. Oh, well, that's okay. There's lesson number one. So the next time somebody says, I've never heard of you, I need to have materials that support. Well, actually, we've been around for a long time. We've been in business for years and we work with all these companies. So you may not have heard of us, but some of the biggest players in this industry have heard of us. Do you see what I mean? So then the next time you learn another lesson, and then the next time you learn another lesson, and soon you become really, really good at selling people on what they're already asking for. See, that's another important element. Now, I got to wrap it up because I don't want this to go too far, but if you guys have questions or comments, make sure you ask them down below and I'll get into it more. But the other part of sales is that when people are asking for something and you're trying to explain to them that you supply it, sometimes you're not good or they're not good at communicating exactly what you expect in exchange or exactly what you're looking for. So now it becomes a matter of communication, education and communication. Well, you say you're looking for this and I have this. Why are you saying no to me? Well, maybe I didn't communicate it to you, or maybe you're not telling me something about what you're looking for, and I don't know that until I ask. I have to ask. So there's a whole bunch more that I could share, and I'd be happy to in other videos. But for right now, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Please don't ever think about sales as being sleazy again. Everything is a sale, and every sale is an opportunity to learn and grow and become much, much more successful, much, much more happy. When you supply things that people need by being a good salesperson, it feels really good. You'll know when you're doing it right because it feels awesome. And customers who appreciate that will tell you, "Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad I found you. I've been looking for this. Thank you for being a salesperson for this product." It feels really good when that happens. So, like I said, there's a lot more to cover. So I'm going to stop there. I hope that you enjoyed this little rant of mine. Thank you so much for putting up with it. And make sure if you like the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you know when we put more up. And actually, if you'd like to learn more about the sales subject and even better about money and how to manifest more finance in your life, check out the link down below. I actually have a course. It's called The Richest You Mastering Money. I think you really enjoy it. So go and check it out. The intro is actually available for anybody to watch, so you kind of get a vibe for what's going on. But more importantly, just thank you for checking out all of our videos. We really appreciate all of the new subscribers too. It's just wonderful to see this growing. And I really hope more than anything that this rant of mine is actually helpful in giving you a perspective that maybe you didn't have before about sales. So, all right, everybody, I'll talk to you again really soon.